Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in the Quran, قَدْ أَفْلَحَ مَنْ تَزَكَّى. بالتحقيق, the one who has purified himself, he is the one who will be successful. The reason why he says that we need to purify ourselves, because we have been made with two types of fluids. من نطفة أمشاج نبتليه. Amshaj is two types of nutfa. Quran says من ماء مهين. It is from a dirty fluid. So the Quran says بين الصلب والترائب. الصلب is in the back and the taraib is from between the chest. So from the women between the chest and from the man بين الصلب, which is coming from the back. The water of man and the water of woman, when they join together, Allah created us. The ulama, they say that animals don't have menses. Some, in general, they don't have. Human being has. A woman has. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that you are لَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي أَحْسَنِ تَقْوِيمٍ. You are the best of the creation. Halanki, you have been made with two types of fluid which the Quran speaks. From the hair, Quran says قُلْ هُوَ يَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الْمَحِيضِ قُلْ هُوَ أَذَى فَاعْتَزِلُوا النِّسَاءَ فِي الْمَحِيضِ. That this hair is something that you need to avoid. Stay away. The menstrual blood. This is what it says. The Quran says that you should stay away from it, from the women. فَاعْتَزِلُوا النِّسَاءَ فِي الْمَحِيضِ. So the blood of there are different types of blood. A person, for example, if somebody has a cut in the hand, you can wipe it off. But the blood of the menses is considered as the worst of the blood. A person who has a lot of, a person has a gin ko kya kahen English mein? Ginana. Qadar. تعرف القدر؟ يشتغل بالإنجليزي قدر. Filthy. It's filthy blood. The blood comes from your hand or from another part. You don't feel that filthy, but the blood of the menses is the filthiest blood. Second thing, Quran says مِن مَاءٍ مَهِينٍ. I'm just telling you how we have been created. Second is from مِن مَاءٍ مَهِينٍ. مَاءٍ مَهِينٍ is from the disgraced, which has no value. From that fruit of the man, Allah created this. If somebody has any semen on his hand or on his body, how he feels disgusted, he needs to wash it off. He needs to take it off, this thing. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us from this two filth of the woman and the filth of the man. When they got together, human being is formed. هل أتى على الإنسان حين من الدهر لم يكن شيئا مذكورا. You were nothing, and we created you from this kind of the worst thing of the woman and the worst thing of the man. That's what the Quran is saying. That if that blood is on a woman, don't even come close to her. فَاعْتَزِلُوا النِّسَاءَ فِي الْمَحِيضِ. And the man, Allah says that which this comes out of it, Allah He Himself created this semen Himself. This مِن مَاءٍ مَهِينٍ, from the disgrace, from girawa, fluid of the man. Allah made you and me, all of us, from that. So this is how we are. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what He did was فَنَفَخْتُ فِيهِ مِن رُوحِي. When I blew into him. خَلَقْتُ بِيَدَيَّ اسْتَكْبَرْتَ أَمْ كُنْتَ مِنَ الْعَالِينَ. Allah said, I created him with my hands of qudrat and rahmat. On one side he speaks this, and on the other, this is what he's saying about our physical. So our human being is divided into two things. One is jasad al-zahir and one is jasad al-batin. Jasad al-zahir, the jasad which we have, it's called nafs. How filthy it is, that's what the Quran tells us. It's how filthy this nafs is. It's how we all are. If a person, if he does not take a shower for a few days, what happens? If he doesn't wash his mouth, what kind of a smell comes out of it? If he doesn't clean himself, he doesn't puts perfume, he does not take shower or wash himself, how filthy he becomes. They give the shower to the animals, but in general, animals don't take showers like the human being does. But the human being, if he does not, clean himself, he starts becoming dirty. This is the first thing. And the second thing is that, so your zahir is like this. Our zahir is of this. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us, this is how we have created you. It's made up of dirty and filthy things. This is how we are. Now inside us, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put two ruh. One is ruh al-hayawan and the other is ruh al-insan. These are the two things which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put inside the human being. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us that this ruh of the human being is, and the nafs which you have, this needs to be, distillation should take place. قَدْ أَفْلَحَ مَنْ تَزَكَّى. Every person needs to purify himself, and he needs to go through like we say in English, the water, reverse osmosis, so it can become purified. The water is there. This water will quench but this water did not come like this. This water has to go through a process in order to become valuable. If it did not go through that process, it is not going to become valuable. You cannot, if the filth is there too much in the water, what they say is that there is too much bacteria, so don't take a swim in the ocean. There's too much chlorine in the water. Don't go into the swimming pool. Or we did not do the filtration of the water, so you cannot swim in the swimming pool. It is not going to be possible because the water is filthy. So filtration, distillation, purification needs to take place in order for the water to become valuable and to be of benefit. Human being also, my dear brothers, needs to go through the distillation, filtration and purification process. Every human being. Our example, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this is the flesh part of us. Now, the origination of the human being, Quran says, min salsalim min hama'im masnoon, sada wa gara, from the filthy dirt. So the dirt from the sand, if you have a land, and if you keep it like this, you don't work upon it, what happens? So, weeds grow into it, trees grow, and snakes, scorpions, and all sorts of insects come and stay in that land. If you want to get benefit from this land, then you need to remove all of these things. Otherwise, this land is not worth at all. Whoever will buy the land, he has to first clean the land in order to do anything. Without cleaning the land, you cannot get benefit from this land. If you want to make a house, you need to clean the land. If you want to make an industrial complex, you need to clean the land. If you want to even, use any benefit, if you want to do farming, you have to clean the land. So the cleaning process needs to take place. Similarly, the distillation, filtration, purification of the human body needs to take place. So when this thing takes place, then the body becomes clean, because like I mentioned to you, the flesh and blood comes from these two, from the man's and from the woman's. the worst things together, then they are joined. Dirty things of the man and woman, when they are joined, human being's flesh comes into being. And the origination of the human being is also from the sand, from the dust. So Quran tells us that this is how we have created you. Now you need to purify yourself. قَدْ أَفْلَحَ مَنْ تَزَكَّى. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us that you need to. So how to purify? What to do? Take a shower. Your body will be clean. But how to purify the inside? What will purify like the water is there for the purification of the body, so the nur is there for the purification of the hearts. قَدْ جَاءَكُمْ مِنَ اللَّهِ نُورٌ وَكِتَابٌ مُبِينٌ, Quran says. Nur will purify you from inside. It's going to purify you. And the body, like the water, it is for the purification of the outside. Similarly, the nur is for the purification of the inside. So when the nur comes, the person's mindset changes. His thinking process changes. How he looks at life changes. Everything, what is his priorities changes. Everything changes when the nur of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enters into the human being. When the distillation and the purification takes place, when this does not take place, then this person, his mind is clouded. He is confused in his life. When the nur of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not enter into a person, this man will be complete confused. He does not know what to do. مُذَبْذَبِينَ بَيْنَ ذَلِكَ. And the knowledge which will come to him, it will create nifaq inside him. Because he was not. So the question comes, what do you mean? The knowledge is coming and the nifaq will come? How is it possible? You are saying, so the distillation, the cleaning has to take place. We are saying, the Quran and the Hadith which is coming. So this will, I'll give you an example. Say, for example, there was a bowl. A dog came and urinated inside the bowl. After urinated inside the bowl, then the urine evaporated. Now, person came home. So, this is the bowl. I need to eat some honey. So let me, pour some honey in the bowl. He wants to eat it. So somebody was looking at this. He said, stop. This is not good. So tell me, if he finds out that there was the dog's urine in this bowl, would somebody want to eat that honey? Is there anything wrong with the honey? Honey is pure. But this is the most valuable honey. And you're saying, so if he starts fighting, it says that you're saying that the honey is bad. Honey is not bad. Honey is very pure. But the place where he came in, al-dharf, wal-wasakh, ये जहाँ उतरा है वो जगह गंदी है. The place where it came down, that place is filthy. That place needs to be clean so that you can put the honey in there. So nothing wrong with the honey. Honey is pure, there's no doubt. But because when the honey came inside this place which was filthy, so what happened? It made the place filthy also. So a person with his right mind would not want to eat that honey, because that dharf and that place where the bowl or the plate where the honey was put, it was unclean. The cleaning did not take place. It was like this. Uski safai nahi hui thi. So what happened? This thing became unclean. So when the deen comes into a person, And if the cleaning inside does not take place, so that deen also becomes poisonous. Then the person will use his deen to fulfill his desires. وَلَا تُطِعْ مَنْ أَغْفَلْنَا قَلْبَهُ عَنْ ذِكْرِنَا وَاتَّبَعَ هَوَاهُ وَكَانَ أَمْرُهُ فُرُطًا أَفَرَأَيْتَ مَنِ اتَّخَذَ إِلَهَهُ هَوَاهُ, Quran says. وَأَضَلَّهُ اللَّهُ عَلَىٰ عِلْمٍ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is guiding him on his knowledge. Why? Because the place where the bowl or the plate on which that ilm, the body on which that ilm came, it was not clean. Purification did not take place. So my dear brothers, the most important thing is the Quran says you need to purify ourselves. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in the Quran in 6 places, وَالشَّمْسِ وَضُحَاهَا وَالْقَمَرِ إِذَا تَلَاهَا وَالنَّهَارِ إِذَا جَلَّاهَا وَاللَّيْلِ إِذَا يَغْشَاهَا وَالسَّمَاءِ وَمَا بَنَاهَا وَالْأَرْضِ وَمَا طَحَاهَا وَنَفْسٍ وَمَا سَوَّاهَا فَأَلْهَمَهَا فُجُورَهَا وَتَقْوَاهَا قَدْ أَفْلَحَ مَنْ زَكَّاهَا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if He takes the oath on 6 times, then He says, the one who has purified himself, he is the one who is successful. So why I'm saying all of this tamheed is because to understand first that we all need to purify ourselves. To do the filtration and distillation of ourselves. This is the first thing which we need to do. And then the second thing what we need to do is this, then when you put the honey and when you put this product in nice clean place, then you go around and invite the people to this. Come on, this is what we have. Because people will look at the packing, also before buying the product. Because don't you see that the packing, because before the product, the packing attracts. When the packing attracts, then the people look at the product. What is inside this? Oh, this is what it is. So packing makes a big difference. So the cleanliness of ourselves needs to take place. So my dear respected brothers, this is what first we need to understand this. That this is our responsibility, that we need to clean ourselves and do the tazkiyah of ourselves. That's the first thing. And then the second thing, our responsibility is this, that a person takes this to the other places and show them this is what we have. This is what the Quran says. أَوْ مَنْ كَانَ مَيْتًا فَأَحْيَيْنَاهُ وَجَعَلْنَا لَهُ نُورًا يَمْشِي بِهِ فِي النَّاسِ. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, He says that, I have made him pure. وَجَعَلْنَا لَهُ نُورًا يَمْشِي بِهِ فِي النَّاسِ. Then he starts moving around in the whole world. So his moving is going to attract the people towards the deen. So then what will happen? When this will come, when they will move around all over the world. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's nizam is this, that the people, when he becomes munawwar and he moves in the world, people will get attracted to them. People will come close to them. The people themselves will say, we need to come towards you. Who you people are? The Sayyid Sahaba radiallahu anhu majma'een, in their da'wat was, Kunu mithlana, be like us. The people used to look at them and they would say that, the Sahaba would say, be like us, and the people would come close to the deen just by looking at the Sahaba radiallahu anhu majma'een. So these are our two responsibilities. One is to fix ourselves up, to purify ourselves. And the second thing is this, that we need to tell the others. It's like, for example, you have water, people outside are thirsty, and you have this water, but you don't get the chance, you're not getting the chance to go and deliver to them. So that's the reason that a person has to make an effort on himself, and at the same time he has to invite the others to this. This is the whole concept, that's all it is. Now the question comes, how to purify ourselves? how a person can clean himself. What is the way of cleaning? The way of cleaning ourselves is this. Quran tells us, Taqullah wa kunu ma'as sadiqeen. The first is that you have to be with the right crowd, with the right people. Be in the company, وَاصْبِرْ نَفْسَكَ مَعَ الَّذِينَ يَدْعُونَ رَبَّهُمْ بِالْغَدَاةِ وَالْعَشِيِّ. You be in the right company. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, if you want to get taqwa and if you want to be pious, you want to become, so you have to be in the correct company of sadiqeen. Be in the right company. Stay away from those friends who are parasites on your iman, or going to suck away the iman from you. وَلَا تُطِعْ, that's what Quran says, وَلَا تُطِعْ مَنْ أَغْفَلْنَا قَلْبَهُ عَنْ ذِكْرِنَا وَاتَّبَعَ هَوَاهُ وَكَانَ أَمْرُهُ فُرُطًا. قَرِيبِ مَجَّا. Don't follow them. The one who I have made their hearts, مَنْ أَغْفَلْنَا قَلْبَهُ عَنْ ذِكْرِنَا, I have not allowed them to remember me. And what they do, they follow their desires. وَاتَّبَعَ هَوَاهُ وَكَانَ أَمْرُهُ فُرُطًا. And they have gone way off the track. So my dear respected brothers, if a person does not do his distillation, then what happens? This distillation, I told you, will take place by nur of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Second thing is this, otherwise this cleaning will take place by two things, either by nur or by nar. Nur is by the nur of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or the second, where it will take place, by the Jahannam, fire of Jahannam. This will clean, because in the Jannat, a person who is unclean cannot enter. Jannat is haram for everybody unless a person has to be clean. So either he will get cleaned by the nur of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or the second thing is this, he has to go through the process of Jahannam. Have you not seen the impurities, how they clean it? They put into the fire. They put the ore. It's all impurities. They want to remove all the impurities. So what they do is this, they put it in the fire. So the fire, it removes the impurities. So Jahannam is the place where the impurities are removed from the body. Jahannam will remove the impurities. It will remove everything, and then it will only the pure will go up. This is what the Quran says. أنزل من السماء ماء. क्या है कुरान क्या है तो? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks that how the water comes down, so the impurities they go up. So فَأَمَّا الزَّبَدُ فَيَذْهَبُ جُفَاءً وَأَمَّا مَا يَنْفَعُ النَّاسِ فَيَمْكُثُ فِي الْأَرْضِ كَذَلِكَ يَضْرِبُ اللَّهُ الْأَمْثَالَ. So the impurities come out and only the pure thing remains. أَنزَلْنَا مِنَ السَّمَاءِ مَاءً بِقَدَرٍ. So the Quran says, then what happens when the water comes in? So the impurities, it goes up, and only the pure thing remains in the bottom. So the same thing will happen. So the Jahannam, what it will do is it will remove all the impurities, and only the pure thing will remain. So my dear brothers, this is if the process, distillation and filtration did not take place in the dunya. And if the distillation and the filtration took place in the dunya, so then what will happen? This person will go into the Jannah immediately. He will not go through any issues. So when the impurities are there, so the person's mind is clouded, so he takes the wrong decisions in his life. Everything what he does is, he's taking wrong decisions. And that's why a lot of people come and they ask, "Koi wazifa bataiye. Please tell me something. I have sickness, or I have problem with my status, or I have problem with the disease, or I have a problem with my wife or children or family, or these are the usually general issues of the people. Or the business, I have no job, or somebody is angry with me, or my wife doesn't listen to me, or my kids are disobedient to me, These are the general issues. 8, 10 are the general issues of the whole, all over the world. These are the main issues. No job, or if I have business, my business is not flourishing, or I have issues. If I have a job, the boss doesn't treat me right, or if I have a business, the employees, I have issues with the employees. General 8, 10 are the issues of the whole world. So what happens? Because human being takes wrong decision. He has no nur of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So what he does is he takes wrong decision. When he takes the wrong decision, so what happens? Because of taking wrong decisions, issues come. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has, Allah has put in the Quran hadith, Amr bil ma'ruf and nahi anil munkar. What is nahi anil munkar? Allah tells us, He forbids the evil. What is evil? They are unnatural things. Nahi anil munkar means unnatural things which are harmful to you. This is what nahi anil munkar is. Why Allah made certain things haram? Why Allah said this is don't come close to this, don't come close to this. Because all of these things which are unnatural, if you will do that, it is going to harm you physically and spiritually. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told us, stay away from it. Because besides the human being, the rest of the animals, stay away from the unnatural things. Like the lion, if you preserve it with grass, would the lion eat? Or if you say to the goat, today is barbecue meat, please have some barbecue food. The goat says, no, I'm going to only eat grass. And the lion would say, I would only eat meat. This is how I've been designed. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has designed the human being, but the human being, Allah has given him the power. So what the human being does is it goes and starts consuming the unnatural things, the haram things, and the evil things which are harmful to him. So when he starts doing that, when he starts eating the haram and the unnatural things, so what happens? The haram and the unnatural things, it starts affecting the person. How it starts affecting the person? From any one of the angles. Either from his wife, either from the children, either from the business, either from the job, or from the family, or from the kids, or in the job, or from the status. These are the 8, 10 issues which happens to an individual, and because of he went and he did the unnatural things. So I'm saying it in a very simple manner. So it's how to stay away from the unnatural things. To stay away from the unnatural things, you should get a person says, I want to stay away from the unnatural things. Then what to do? A person has a fever. So you want to remove the fever from him. You want to remove the fever, what you do? You take the pill. The pill goes in and the fever comes out. This is what happens, A person goes and he comes, I'm very hungry, what should I do? Very simple. Eat the food, hunger will go away. Say, I'm very thirsty, drink the water, thirst will go away. But I am very, I'm feeling feverish, I have disease. Don't worry. Take the medication. If you take the pill, then the fever will go away. Take away. So a person is involved in all these different types of diseases he's in. So what is this? Take the nur of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When the nur of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala comes into a person, then the evil thing, the things which are hurting this individual, they will go away. And the diseases which he has, it will go away. And the issues which he has, this will go away. And the problems which he has, that will go away. The jobs and the business and the status. But you'll say, what my business has to do with my cleanliness? My dear brothers, nothing happens without the will of Allah. When a person takes a wrong decision, so what happens? Because of taking a wrong decision, for every action there is equal and opposite reaction. He does not know where this wrong decision which he took in his life is going to come back and hit him. I'll give you an example. Train driver is driving on the train. There is a red light. This red light is there. So he said that, but the tracks are clear. So what is this? He said, don't worry about the red light. He doesn't know what he's saying. Continue. So what happens when he continues? He does not know where the other train will come and hit him. The power to stop, so he needs to have the brakes to stop when he sees the red light. So the power to stop on the wrong thing, this is called Iman, which is also called the Nur of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Iman or Nur, mutaradif. So if he has this thing, he is going to stop. As soon as he says this, he will stop. So अब ये ईमान आएगा कैसे? How this ईमान will come? He has to remove the ghairullah from the heart. He has to remove the ghair. The heart is only designed for Allah. Heart is not designed to have any other thing besides Allah. If it's like a wrong pot you're putting on the machine would not. It's like this is a gas made for, gasoline. There's an engine made for gasoline. You're putting diesel in it. The engine won't function. This body is not designed to disobey Allah. When it disobeys Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then the issues, actually I was in Haram, I think a few years ago, I met one alim with one of our Shab. There was one alim, he was doing a research in Saudi Arabia. He was an alim in the al-Qura. He was saying that diseases, he was correlating the diseases with the sins. So by doing this sin, you get this disease. This sin, this disease, this sin. And he was doing a study on it. Not a person should not say, because he has BP, he has this, or because he has this disease, or because he is doing this sin, this disease. But in general, he says, he was doing a study on hundreds of subjects, and he was taking their interview and looking and he researching on their lifestyle, and he came to this conclusion: this disease, if he has this spiritual disease, which means that he has this, then he will have this disease, and vice versa. For BP, you will have this, and for this disease, he will have this. Not all the time. Sometimes Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to test somebody. That's a different case. So we cannot, judge the people. But I'm saying for myself and for all of us. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what happens? The human being starts taking wrong decision in his life. And all of these issues starts coming into his life. So what will stop this individual from doing on the wrong track? That is the nur of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So when the nur of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala starts entering into a person, so when the nur of Allah starts entering, so the ghairullah starts leaving from his heart. Ghair of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala starts losing from his heart. When the a'la comes, adna leaves. A'la means, for example, a human being, when you were a kid, you used to play with the cars and you used to play with the, small things. But when you grow up, you don't play with the cars. You are playing, you want cash. That became your, desirable thing. So similarly, when A'la comes, so the other things comes out of it. When the nur of Allah starts coming, so the issues of a person changes. Like I'll give you an example. Small children, the father is saying, I have a 2-year and 3-year-old. Sometimes they fight. Chote bache ladte hain. When they fight, they're fighting on the blocks. Or they're fighting on the, let's say on a doll. So the father says, don't fight. But tell me, is this fight a genuine fight? Or is this fight baseless fight? What do you think? Is it a very something to be worried about, or they're fighting on something stupid? Stupid, they're fighting on something baseless. So similarly, now he grows up. Now he's matured. Now he's fighting on dunya. Similarly, in the eyes of Allah, they look like these two little girls who are fighting on the doll. They start fighting on these, sometimes people fight on the sea. Now the countries are fighting. And the countries are, going at war with each other on the worldly things. I was sitting one place, in one country, one Muslim country, one man came and he said that, Hazrat, this petroleum company came, they're taking all our resources. Achha? So please curse them. So what's the big deal? Let them take everything. What you're saying? They're taking away our resources. Let them take everything. They're taking the wing of a mosquito. For them, these things are immaterial. इसी वास्ते सहाबा को लोग समझते थे पागल. That's why the people used to think Sahaba are crazy. Sahaba used to say, what is this? Hazrat Ubadah ibn Samit radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, he went to Egypt. When he went to Egypt, he was looking for some solitude place where he can sit and do the remembrance of Allah. So he went to one area and he was doing his salat. So the people over there in Iskandariya, they saw him. So they said that, they said that, okay, why don't we go and capture this person and cut him into pieces and we'll throw these pieces into the Muslims so they will get scared and they will run away. This is what we will do to them. Ubadah ibn Samit was at the end of his salat when they came close. So when they came close, what he did was, he finished his salat and he sat on the horse, started defending himself. When they attacked him, he was defending himself. So when they started defending himself, they became scared. They started running back. So in those times, what the people used to do was, they used to carry gold coins. And they used to wear gold bangles. And they had gold chains. So in order to stop from Ubadah ibn Samit following him, what they started doing was they started throwing away the gold coins on the ground. So he would stop and he would pick them, and he would, and then he would not follow them. So he started throwing away the gold coins. Then they started throwing away their gold bangles. They started throwing away the chains and necklaces. Ubadah ibn Samit did not look at it for once, and he continued. Till they reached inside the house, inside the fort, and they closed the door, Ubadah ibn Samit came and started hitting on the door. But the robe of Ubadah ibn Samit came to them, because what happens, the robe comes, the robe is not because of how you look. People of dunya, they want to impress by the worldly things. People of akhirah, they impress them about the things what is from inside. So Rasulullah says, Nusurtu bil ru'ab, I have been given the power of ru'ab, masira tashar, for 1 month's journey. People, batil wale people of the dunya, they will try to impress with things. Oh, I have this kind of a car, I have this kind of a house, I have this kind of things. So they will try to impress by the worldly things. This is the sunnah of Ahl Batil. Fir'aun, Haman, Shaddad, Abu Jahl, Ubay bin Khalaf. Oh, these are the things which I possess. Allah wale in cheeze, the people of Allah wale, wo in cheeze mutasir nahi karenge. तो अंदर की बात दिल से मता So the people who are connected with Allah, they will not try to impress them by the worldly things. So these people, Hazrat Abu Samit came and started banging on the door. So what happens, when a person has Iman, the ru'b of that falls on the other people. So these people, even though it was only one person, Ubadah ibn Samit, while they were a huge number, they got scared of Ubadah ibn Samit. They're not getting scared. Him and him, they are same. What was scaring them was that nur which was inside the heart of Ubadah ibn Samit, the nur of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which was, putting them on the ru'b. So they were inside the fort. They started looking from the top what he does. So Ubadah ibn Samit turned around and he started walking back to the place where he was making salat. So while walking back, all this gold was on the ground. There's gold coins and gold ornaments and gold necklaces and gold chains, all of these things, it was there. فَمَا نَظَرَ إِلَيْهِ طَرَفَةَ عَيْنٍ. He did not put a single glance on it. Dekha bhi nahi sakta. And he went over there and he said, Allahu Akbar. Started making the salat. On this, these people said that, oh, you want to mess around with these kind of people? But he says, Sulakallah, achha. You want to do, you want to do the truce with them. So my dear respected brothers, then what happens when the A'la comes, Adana leaves. The nur of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala comes, then there are things which have no value, so the Khairullah starts leaving. फिर दुनिया के मसाइल ऐसे लगेंगे जैसे दो छोटे बच्चे लड़ रहे हैं, वैसा आपको लगेगा दुनिया के मसाइल. So then the affairs of dunya will look like two little children fighting on the blocks or on the dolls or something pitiable. No value of these things. Because they think this is a big issue. Anbiya alayhi salam, they did not come for this. مَا أُوحِيَ إِلَيَّ أَنْ أَكُونَ مِنَ التَّاجِرِينَ. Allah did not send me to be a businessman. So Allah, the Rasul alayhi salam is saying. So what happens is, when the Spirit of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not enter, insan zindagi ke sare karta. He takes wrong decision in his life, and because of taking wrong decisions, problems come in his life. Okay, कहता है वजीफा दो, अपने आप को चेंज नहीं करूँगा, मुझे वजीफा दो. वजीफा देने का क्या फायदा? तुम फिर वही चीज़ करोगे, तुम फिर वो मुसीबत में आओगे. So what is the point of giving the wazifa? What is the point of doing this? Because you will eventually end up in the same place where you came from. So that's why, my dear respect, what we need to do is to filter ourselves. Distillation and filtration needs to take place. Then with this nur, a person will move. So he will do both the things at the same time. Making effort on himself and at the same time inviting the others towards this nur. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam two things. Number one, إِنَّ نَاشِيَةَ اللَّيْلِ أَشَدُّ وَطْأً وَأَقْوَمُ قِيلًا إِنَّ لَكَ فِي النَّارِ سَبْحًا طَوِيلًا. During the day you will invite the people towards Allah, and during the night you will stand up in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Or how much you will stand up in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? فَإِذَا فَرَغْتَ فَانْصَبْ. Thako mere samne. Allah is saying that you should get tired in front of me. Thako. You should get tired. Allah, who is saying this? Allah is saying this to whom? To Rasulullah. Thakna hoga aapko mere samne. You need to get tired in front of me. فَإِذَا فَرَغْتَ فَانْصَبْ. And when you come towards me, فَإِذَا فَرَغْتَ فَانْصَبْ. एक तो दिल को फारिग कर जाओ. When you come towards me, मेरे पास आओगे तो दुनिया को साथ लेके मत बैठना मेरे सामने. Don't sit with the dunya in your heart. When you're coming towards Allah, when you want to go towards Allah, don't come Allah with your baggage. La. Tarmi kul shay. فَإِذَا فَرَغْتَ. What does faragta means? That take the glass, put it upside down. Nothing will remain. So when you are coming towards me, you should be like this. Nothing should be there. All of us, they became amazed. what is in the heart of Rasulullah. There is no dunya. Then they found out there was one thing which was in the heart of Rasulullah, and that was the love of the ummah. لَعَلَّكَ بَاقِعٌ نَفْسَكَ أَلَّا يَكُونَ مُؤْمِنٍ उम्मत के लिए बड़े खैर खाते कि नहीं या रसूलल्लाह आपको मेरे पास है वो भी निकाल के आना होगा. You have to come towards me. Remove that also. فَلَعَلَّكَ بَاقِعٌ نَفْسَكَ عَلَى آثَارِهِمْ إِن لَّمْ يُؤْمِنُوا بِهَذَا الْحَدِيثِ أَسَفًا. If they don't become Muslim, you want to kill yourself, you want to jeopardize it, you want to destroy yourself. So when you will come towards me, you have to remove everything. आओ मेरे पास फारग हो क्या कोई भी अल्लाह से बढ़कर कीमती नहीं है कोई भी चीज़. Remember this. Nothing is more valuable than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nothing. सब कुछ साइड में करो. This is what the Quran is saying to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam to tell us actually. तो फिर मैं तुम्हें मिलूंगा. Then you will find me. अल्लाह तक पहुँचने के लिए अल्लाह में आप ठीक है you're important but my schedule has to be around me or Allah. नहीं भाई नहीं. This is the biggest Allah made Rasulullah Allah make him come in a time Allah put him in this is the time is like this in front of Allah 2000 from 570 2018 right. All of this time is in front of Allah. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, where He put Rasulullah, He put it in a time zone, in that era, in which He did not put inside the minds of the people to create watches. That concept, तुम Allah को पाने आए हो, you came over here to get to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So you want to tell that, it's like, for example, you want to meet the president. Okay, you're important, but I have other things also to do. Allah ऐसा नहीं मिलता. So you have to decide. Allah चाहिए दूसरी you want Allah you want something. So Allah wants when a person he should come towards me. First of all, he should get tired. थको मेरे साथ. فإذا فرغت فانصب أي اجتهد في العبادة. और दूसरी बात बेजार मत وإلى ربك فرغب. आओगे मेरे पास तो बेजार नहीं होना. When you come towards me, क्या कहें बेजार को? When you come towards me, don't come with a lethargic attitude. وإلى ربك فرغب. रग़बत और शौक़ से आओ मेरे पास. And if you come towards me, come with रग़बत because I don't need you, but you need me. The Quran says, goes on to Rasulullah says, وَاذْكُرِ اسْمَ رَبِّكَ. देखो, I want you that you should say my name. He's saying to Rasulullah, but with one condition. क्या कह रहे हैं? وَتَبَتَّلْ إِلَيْهِ تَبْتِيلًا. Cut from all the creation. وَتَبَتَّلْ कहते सबसे कट के आइए मेरे पास आप. अल्लाह ने बोला आना है तो मेरे पास सबसे कट के आना है. ऐसा नहीं और भी मैं ज़हन में कुछ और नहीं भी सबसे कट हो तो आपको अल्लाह मिलेगा. Then you will get Allah. उतलूबनी तजिदनी. अगर आपको अल्लाह मिल गया, if you found Allah, what will happen? वजदत कुल्ल शै. हर चीज़. अगर मैं ये बात कहूँ, एक मरतबा अरफात में मैंने बात की तो लोग कहने लगे क्या बात किया आपने? मैंने कहा आज ये की दुआ मांगो. In Arafat I was telling them, today you make only one dua. Oh Allah, we want you. We want your nur to come into our hearts. कुछ भी मत मांगो, यही मांगो. Only ask this. Because hadith is very clear. In वजदतनी वजदत कुल्ल शै. हर चीज़ मिल जाएगी. क्या आपको क्या अल्लाह के नबी झूठ बोल रहे हैं? नौज़ु बिल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम. Or do you think Allah the Rasul is saying wrong thing? Or do you think Allah the Rasul what he is saying is وَمَنْ أَظْلَمُ مِمَّنْ اِفْتَرَى عَلَى اللَّهِ كَذِبًا. Who could be the zalim, who could be the biggest zalim, who is saying what Allah did not say? Do you think Allah, Quran, what the Quran says? कौन सी आयत है? تقول علينا بالأقاويل أخذنا منه باليمين ثم لقطعنا منه الوتين فما منكم من أحد عنه حاجزين. تقول علينا का मतलब क्या है? تقول means you think Allah the Rasul is making things up, saying about me. Allah is saying, if Allah's Rasul would say something, لَأَخَذْنَا مِنْهُ بِالْيَمِينِ ثُمَّ لَقَطَعْنَا مِنْهُ الْوَتِينَ. I cannot translate the severity of the words which Allah speaks about Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in this ayah. We cannot imagine. So you mean Allah's Rasul alayhi is saying, he's saying 100% true. What he's saying in Hadith al-Qudsi, in wajadtani, if you found me, wajadta kulla shay, you found everything. अच्छा, अल्लाह को कहते हैं अल्लाह को पहचानो. Today what we say is, you should पहचानो क्या कहेंगे इंग्लिश में?
To recognize.
हाँ, to recognize Allah. पहचानने का मतलब यह है पाना. Recognize means to adopt it. So a person will say, please listen carefully. What I'm saying, Allah is saying, what we say is, Allah wants us that we should recognize Allah. Recognizing means to adapt it and to bring it into the life. I'll give an example to understand this concept. People say, we recognize Allah, but it is difficult to follow the orders of Allah. Achha, what does it mean? A person was hungry. So the food was brought in front of him, biryani, extremely tasty. I'll say in English, then I'll say in Arabic also, in English, so we can understand this example. आदमी भूखा था, उसके सामने यहाँ पे बिरयानी रखी, उसने पहचाना कि ये खाना है, तो क्या करेगा? भूखा है, उसने पहचाना ये खाना है, तो खाएगा या खाली देखता रहेगा? क्या ख्याल है?
खाएगा.
तो पहचानने का मतलब क्या हुआ? पाना है. अगर उसने नहीं पाया तो पहचाना नहीं है वो. अगर पहचान लेता तो पा लेता वो. समझ रहे आप? अल्लाह को पहचाना नहीं, अगर पहचानता तो पा लेता अल्लाह को. समझ, पहचाना नहीं अल्लाह को. रजुल जाया वो यशूफ अकल अमामो कब्सा, هو جائع. إذا رأى الأكل على طول يأتي ويأكل الأكل هذا. ليش؟ لأنه جائع. وإلا لو أنه لا يأكل معناته أنه ما عرف أن هذا هو الأكل. إذا لو عرف أن هذا هو الأكل لأكل من هذا الأكل. If he knew that, if he would have recognized it, that was his need, he would adapt it. इसका मतलब इसने खुदा को पाया, पहचाना नहीं, तो अल्लाह को पाएगा कहाँ से? अल्लाह को पहचाना नहीं है, इसलिए अल्लाह को पाने की बात ही नहीं. तो इसलिए मेरे भाइयों, मैं खुदा को जाना नहीं ना पहचाना. We do not know who Allah is and we do not know who He is. तो इसके वास्ते ये एक मजलिस काफ़ी नहीं है. This is not enough for us. This is just just to make ourselves realize and conscious. So two things what we need to do. One thing is this, that a person in his khilwa alone should do the dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What is what the Quran says, وَذْكُرِ اسْمَ رَبِّكَ, Allah ke naam lo, so that the ghairullah should come out of the hearts. So one thing. Cut ke, fix some time on a daily basis. Person says, I have no time, which means that you have no time for Allah. To one person I was talking to, he said that, मैं चलते फिरते अल्लाह को याद करूँ. I will do the zikr while walking in. I said, sit and do it. मैं बैठ के नहीं कर सकता. I cannot do it, And again he called me. Again he called me. Again he called me 3, 4, 5 times. तेरा मसला है कि तुम बैठ के करो. I said that बैठ के नहीं हो सकता. चलते फिरते, I will do it while walking and sitting. Sitting down I cannot do it, because his nafs doesn't want to do that. Allah ko, he does not want to get Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So because of the sins, sar bainahu wa bain Allah hijab, so this wall has come. बैठ के खुदा को याद, he cannot give time to Allah. कहता है this, I can't do it. I know people, I've been telling them, I said, I wish you, तुम बैठ के दुरूद शरीफ पढ़ो. तो 2 साल से मुझसे पूछा, एक ही बात का, एक ही मैंने जवाब दिया है. He's been asking me for 2 years, and for 2 years I've been saying the same thing to him. Again he would say, "No, yaar, kuch aur batao." Karta nahi ho. This is what the Quran is saying. وَلَا تُطِعْ مَنْ أَغْفَلْنَا قَلْبَهُ عَنْ ذِكْرِنَا. उनमें से मत बनो जिसको हमने अपनी याद की तौफीक छीन ली. इसको मौका अल्लाह दिखे, मैं डालता नहीं हूँ. Allah says, I don't allow them to do that. उसको अल्लाह के, if a person is in that situation, he has to cry in front of Allah. रोना पड़ेगा खुदा के सामने. अल्लाह माफ़ कर दीजिए, आप हमें अपने से महरूम मत कीजिए. A person has to show that talab to Allah. When a person will show that talab and desire, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will enable him. If the desire is not there, Quran says, أَنُلْجِمُكُمُهَا وَأَنْتُمْ لَهَا كَارِهُونَ. We will not give it to you forcefully. So do the dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, do salah al Nabi sallallahu ala habibi Sayyidina Muhammad wa sallam, and do the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, inshallah. And so we all should make this intention that we will sit alone. So for some practice, we'll do some dhikr also over here now. And so that when we leave, so we should do this alone also. ठीक है inshallah. Read 3 times قل هو الله أحد. Allah, please send this thawab of this to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and Sayyidina Hamza radiallahu ta'ala anhu, Sayyidina Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu, and Fatima radiallahu ta'ala anhu, and Hassan radiallahu ta'ala anhu, and Hussain radiallahu ta'ala anhu, and Abdul Qadir Jilani rahmatullah alayhi, Mawlana Ilyas, Mawlana Ammar Yusuf Sahib rahmatullah alayhi, Mawlana Sayyidina Khasab rahmatullah alayhi, Mawlana Wajid Ali Shah Sahib rahmatullah alayhi. Inshallah, we'll do the 12 times Salah al Nabi sallallahu ala habibi Sayyidina Muhammad wa alihi sallam. Do this 12 times. Do you have 12 times? Do 12 times istighfar. Astaghfirullah. Now we'll do the La ilaha illallah in such a manner. When we say La ilaha, so we are removing everything from the heart. And then we'll do illallah, so everything comes out of the heart. And illallah, only the nur of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to go inside the heart. يعني إخراج كل شيء غير الله من القلب لما نقول لا إله إلا الله وإدخال نور الله في القلب. यानी दिल से सारे गैर को निकाल ला इलाहा कहकर और इल्लल्लाह अल्लाह का नूर दिल के अंदर है. ऐसे हम जिक्र करेंगे. ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह, 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 لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله 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 إلا الله
إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله إلا الله 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 لا إله إلا هو 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 لا إله هو لا إله إلا 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 هو 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 الله 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 يا 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 الله الله يا الله يا الله يا الله يا الله صلى الله على حبيبي سيدنا محمد وآله وسلم 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 صلى الله على حبيبي سيدنا محمد وآله وسلم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين. اللهم ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. اللهم أنت أحق من ذكر وأحق من عبد وأنصر من ابتغي وأرأف من ملك وأجود من سئل. أنت الملك لا شريك لك، وأوسع من أعطى. أنت الملك لا شريك لك، والفرد لا ند لك. كل شيء هالك إلا وجهك، لن تطاع إلا بإذنك، ولن تعصى إلا بعلمك. تطاع فتشكر، تعصى فتغفر. أقرب شهيد وأدنى حفيظ، حلت دون النفوذ وأخذت بالنواصي ونسخت الآجال وكتبت الآجال. القلوب لك مفضية والسر عندك علانية. الحلال ما أحللت والحرام ما حرمت والدين ما شرعت والأمر ما قضيت والخلق خلقك والعبد عبدك وأنت الله الرؤوف الرحيم. اللهم أنت الله لا إله إلا أنت الأحد الصمد الذي لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. يا ذا الجلال والإكرام، يا ذا الجلال والإكرام، يا ذا الجلال والإكرام. يا الله يا رحمن يا رحيم، يا ملك يا قدوس يا سلام يا مؤمن المهيمن، العزيز الجبار المتكبر، الخالق البارئ المصور، الغفار القهار الوهاب الرزاق، الفتاح العليم القابض الباسط، الخافض الرافع المعز المذل، السميع البصير، الحكم العدل اللطيف الخبير، الحليم العظيم الغفور الشكور، العلي الكبير الحفيظ المقيت الحسيب الجليل، الكريم الرقيب المجيب الواسع الحكيم الودود المجيد، الباعث الشهيد الحق الوكيل القوي المتين الولي الحميد، المحصي المبدي المعيد المحيي المميت، الحي القيوم الواجد الماجد، الواحد الأحد الصمد القادر المقتدر، المقدم المؤخر الأول الآخر الظاهر الباطن، الوالي المتعال البر التواب المنتقم العفو الرؤوف، مالك الملك ذو الجلال والإكرام، مالك الملك ذو الجلال والإكرام، مالك الملك ذو الجلال والإكرام. يا ذا الجلال والإكرام، يا ذا الجلال والإكرام، يا ذا الجلال والإكرام. يا من لا تراه العيون ولا تخالطه الظنون ولا يصفه الواصفون، لا تغيره الحوادث ولا يخشى الدائر، يعلم مثاقيل الجبال ومكائل البحار وعدد ورق الأشجار وعدد ما أظلم عليه الليل أشرق عليه النهار. لا تواري منه السماء السماء ولا أرض أرضا ولا بحر ما في قعره ولا جبل ما في وعره. اللهم إنا نسألك أن تغفر جميع ذنوبنا، ما قدمنا وما أخرنا وما أسررنا وما أسرفنا وما أنت أعلم به منا. أنت المقدم وأنت المؤخر، لا إله إلا أنت. اللهم إن نواصينا وجوارحنا بيدك، لم تملكنا منها شيئا، فإذا فعلت ذلك بنا فكن أنت ولينا واهدنا إلى سواء السبيل. وما قدر الله حق قدره، وما قدر الله حق قدره، ما قدر الله حق قدره، ما قدرناك حق قدرك يا رب، ما قدرناك حق قدرك يا رب، ما قدرناك حق قدرك يا رب. اغفر ذنوبنا يا رب العالمين، اغفر ذنوبنا، ما قدرناك حق قدرك، ما قدرناك حق قدرك يا رب العالمين. या अल्लाह हम सब के गुनाहों को माफ़ फरमा, मेरे तेरे बगैर जो ज़िंदगी गुजारी तो माफ़ फरमा। मेरे बहुत गुनाह लेके अल्लाह तुझसे मुँह मोड़ कर, तुझसे लड़ कर, तुझसे तुझे नाराज़ करके हर कदम कदम पे तेरे दरबार में आए। मेरे तूने अपनी इन गंदी ज़बानों पे तेरा नाम लेने की हमें तौफ़ीक़ दी। करीम इतने शर्मिंदा है कि तेरे सामने खड़े होने के भी लायक नहीं। मौला तुम्हें माफ़ फरमा दे, अल्लाह तुम्हें माफ़ फरमा दे, अल्लाह तुम्हें माफ़ फरमा दे। अल्लाह जो ज़िंदगी जैसे तुझे अपने अंदर लेकर तूने हमें फजल व करम के हाथों से बनाई, फूंक की, इतनी तुम्हें हमें इज़्ज़त बख्शी। लेकिन मेरे मौला जो तूने ताकत दी थी तुझ तक पहुँचने के लिए, उस ताकत को हमने, जिसको तूने मलून कहा, उस तक पहुँचने के लिए हमने जान लगा दी। मेरे मौला तुम्हें माफ़ फरमा दे। तूने ताकत दी थी कि हम तुझ तक पहुँचते, तूने कहा फ़फ़िर्रू इलल्लाह, तो हमने उसको इस्तेमाल किया। जिसको तूने कहा दुनिया मलऊना, उसको मलऊन चीज़ को हासिल करने के लिए हमने पूरी जान लगा दी। मेरे मौला माफ़ फरमा दे, मेरे मौला माफ़ फरमा दे, माफ़ फरमा दीजिए। ते अल्लाह तो हमने इस दिल को अल्लाह तेरे अलावा सब चीज़ों से आबाद किया। अल्लाह ये दिल के अंदर तेरे अलावा सारी चीज़ें आबाद हैं, सारी फना से हमारा दिल आबाद है। मेरा मौला इस गैर को हमारे दिलों से निकाल दे। अल्लाह तो अपनी ज़ात से हमारे दिलों को आबाद फरमा। अल्लाह जिस्म बे आबाद है,
ये अल्लाह ये बेआबाद घर है, खूबसूरत महल है जिसके ना कोई रहने वाला नहीं। इसने जिस्म को तूने बनाया था जिसमें तू आबाद हो। ये अल्लाह हमने इसको फना से आबाद किया, गंदगियों से आबाद किया। है मेरा मौला, जिसके लिए तूने बनाया था उससे हमने इसको बर्बाद कर दिया। ये मेरा मौला, आज हम तौबा करते हैं, तुझसे लड़ेंगे नहीं। अल्लाह हमारे से तौबा करते हैं, तेरे खिलाफ नहीं जाएंगे। हमारा नफ्स हम पर हावी हो चुका है। अल्लाह हमारे नफ्स को हमारे काबू फरमा। अल्लाह हमारे नफ्स मुतमइन्ना, नफ्स मुल्हिमा, नफ्स रहमान कर दे या रब्बल आलमीन। अल्लाह हमारे दिलों को तेरे लिए धड़कना बना दे। अल्लाह हमारी ज़बान पे तेरा जिक्र हो और हमें दिल में तेरी याद हो। अल्लाह तुझको सवाल करते हैं अल्लाह हमारे बेअदबियों की वजह से और ये अल्लाह हमारी बेवकूफ़ियों की वजह से और हमारे गुनाहों की वजह से अल्लाह तो हमसे मुँह मोड़ मत ले रहे रब्बल आलमीन। अगर तूने मुँह मोड़ लिया तो हम कहीं के भी नहीं रहेंगे या रब्बल आलमीन। करीम अक़ब तुझसे सवाल करते हैं अल्लाह तूने हाथ एक मरतबा पकड़ लिया तो कभी मत छोड़ मेरा रब, अल्लाह कभी मत छोड़ कभी मत छोड़। अल्लाह तूने एक मरतबा पकड़ा तो कभी मत छोड़ या रब्बल आलमीन। कभी मेरा आंदा दरगाह मत कर दे या रब्बल आलमीन। हमें अपने अमलों पे कोई भरोसा नहीं, हमारा नफ्स हमारे बेकाबू है। अल्लाह शैतान मुकम्मल हावी हो चुका है हमारे जिस्म के एक खून के कतरे में। मेरे हमारा शैतान दौड़ा है, हमें अपने अमलों पर कोई भरोसा नहीं, हमारी अपने ज़बान पे, दिमाग पे, दिल पे। हमसे पनाह मांगते कोई ऐसा जुमला कहे, कोई ऐसा अमल करे जिससे तुमसे नाराज़ हो जाए। ए मेरा मौला अपना नूर हमें अता फरमा, हमारे दिलों को मुनव्वर फरमा, हमारे दिलों को मुनव्वर फरमा, हमारे जिस्मों को मुनव्वर फरमा। हमें ऊपर से नीचे से दाएं से मुनव्वर फरमा। अल्लाह से हम तौबा करते हैं, कोई ऐसा अमल नहीं करेंगे जिससे तू हमसे नाराज़ हो। तो ये करीम तुम्हें मुआफ़ फरमा, अल्लाह तुम्हें मुआफ़ फरमा। अल्लाह हम अहद करते हैं तभी भी तुझे कोई नाराज़ करने वाला अमल नहीं करेंगे। अल्लाह हमें इस आयत में पाक दामन फरमा, इसमें अल्लाह जमने की तौफीक नसीब फरमा। अल्लाह हमारे ज़ात से फ़ानी हमें कर दे या रब्बल आलमीन, आपकी ज़ात से अल्लाह हमें बाकी बना दे या रब्बल आलमीन। ए मेरे हमारा अपनी ज़ात से बाकी कर दे, अपनी ज़ात से फ़ानी कर दे, तेरी ज़ात से बाकी कर दे या रब्बल आलमीन। अल्लाह बहुत है, अल्लाह दुनिया में बहुत गिर गई है, गैरुल्लाह अल्लाह हमारे दिल में बहुत आ चुका है। अल्लाह कब तो आएगा हमारे दिलों के अंदर, अल्लाह कब तो आएगा। मेरा वाला वो कौन सी खुश नसीब घड़ी होगी जब तेरा हमारे दिलों में आएगा, तेरा नूर हमारे दिलों में आएगा। मेरे मालिक तो आई जाए रब्बल आलमीन। अल्लाह तुझसे ही हम सवाल करते हैं, किसी को खाली हाथ मत लौटा। अल्लाह जो दुनियावी मसाइल है उससे भी हम परेशान हैं, हम सब जितने हैं सबके सारे दुनियावी मसाइल को भी हल फरमा, खात्मा ईमान के ऊपर फरमा। अल्लाह अपने से दूर मत फरमा, अल्लाह अपने से दूर मत फरमा, से दूर मत फरमा। रब्बना तक़ब्बल मिन्ना इन्नका अंतस समीउल अलीम व तब अलैना इन्नका अंतत तव्वाबुर रहीम। सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि व सल्लम व अला आलिहि व सहबिहि अजमईन बिरहमतिका या अरहमर राहिमीन।